Y'all see me reaching for your business? Because I'm reaching. Are you? Hello everyone and welcome back to Reach AKG. My name is Dr. Cornell Daniel Grisby. I'm your virtual school psychologist and today we are talking all things business. So get your notepad, get your pen because we're taking notes, okay? It's about to get serious. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 tips that I think will be really helpful if you want to transition from a full-time employee to a full-time entrepreneur. Now these tips will work for anyone regardless of your industry. However, I am going to be speaking from a school psychology background, so I'm definitely targeting my educators out there, anyone interested in working with kids, and those who have a psychology background in particular. So tip number 1 is figuring out what you love about your job so that you can monetize it. And so what that means is you want to take a step back and reflect on all the different aspects of your job that you really enjoy. And if you can't think about this off the top of your head, if you're having a hard time figuring out what it is that you actually really like to do, then just start tracking your day, right? Think about from the start of your day to the end of the day, what are the different tasks that you do every day? And then look at it and see, what do you actually look forward to doing? Those tasks are probably things that would be a really good way to niche what it is that you want to do as a full-time entrepreneur. Also reflect on, if I had to wake up every day and do this, would this be worth my time? And is it worth me stepping away from my full-time position now so that I can do this as a business owner? So before I left the school system as a full-time school psychologist to start my own business as an education consultant, one of the things that I recognized was that I really enjoyed consulting with parents and with teachers and finding interventions that would help students make progress in RTI, MTSS, or SST, whichever one y'all school using, because you know they use all of them. But that's the point. I realized that this was something that I really enjoyed doing because when I would get home from work, I would still kind of have this desire to look up interventions and see what I could do to help the students. Now that I'm in my own business, this is something that I do a lot with parents and with the kids that I work with. So it's definitely a skill that I transferred from the schools to my own business as a full-time entrepreneur. So one of the things that I learned in graduate school was that you always want to do a needs assessment before you make a big change. And so basically a needs assessment is you ask people who you're trying to help what they need help in. And so it sounds super simple, but a lot of times as business owners, we forget to do this. So think about all the services that you may want to offer. Have you really asked the target audience if that's something that they even need? You know, is that something they'd be willing to pay for? That's a good way for you to figure out, how do I need to tailor my skills so that I can strengthen the possibility that I will actually have clients who will return, because returning clients is returning money, and we like that. So tip number 2 is to practice doing whatever skill you want to niche down in outside of your full-time position. So for example, if you're in education and you want to work with students outside of the school, maybe you want to start your own tutoring company. It may be a really good idea to start working for another tutoring company part-time just to see what that looks like. Now there's a lot of other things that go into being a business owner. It's not all about the service or good that you provide. There's a lot of administrative things that go on behind the scenes that it will be helpful to get an idea of before you go into this full time. So look for opportunities to do a couple hours every week so that you can just get a sense of what that looks like and decide if that's really something you want to do full time as an entrepreneur. Another helpful piece of advice is to find other individuals who are entrepreneurs in the similar industry that you are interested in going into. Now, this can give you an opportunity to ask them questions about how they got where they are, and also to see some of the things that you could be doing to move faster in your transition from a full-time employee to a full-time entrepreneur. So tip number 3 is to start building your clientele slowly and building up that confidence to offer this service full-time as a business owner and a full-time entrepreneur. So if you're in an industry where you want to see a few clients face-to-face and it is going to require some of your time, it's good to not overwhelm yourself and have so many people depending on you to offer the service when you're already working full-time. So you want to start with a small number of clients, maybe 1 or 2 people a week, and figure out exactly what it is that you want to tailor your skill to be or what you want your service to look like so that you can be an expert at what you're doing in no time. So tip number 4 is to make sure that you invest in yourself and in your niche that you want to go into as a business owner. So what this could look like is taking advantage of professional development opportunities that your job is offering at the time. And it may be that it's at no cost to you as a full-time employee, but if you were to leave and work as an entrepreneur, you would have to pay for these trainings. So you want to take advantage of that, especially because you're technically already paying for it, you know, by giving them your time. So you want to take advantage of the opportunity to learn as much as you can. Say, for example, you want to start your own tutoring company. If your school system is offering training on additional math services or math skills that you don't already know, take that training so you can offer that to clients in the future as a business owner. So you never want to leave any opportunity like that on the table. Make that investment, and sometimes it is extra work, but it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. So our last tip number 5 in becoming a business owner and leaving your full-time position is to already think about yourself as an expert in whatever it is that you want to do. So this does not mean that you think that you know everything, because we are constantly learning, and the most exciting part about being in business is learning new things that you can add as a service or a good for the customers that you want to serve. But it's more important that you are confident in yourself and you know that you can do this, right? So you want to tell yourself, I have really good skills when it comes to consulting with parents, or I'm really good at teaching students how to do Algebra 2. And go ahead and showcase those skills, right? Find opportunities for you to do that so that other people can see the confidence you're exuding, and they're gonna wanna give you their money because you're gonna let them know that you know what you're doing. So when it comes to being an expert, you don't have to be fully functioning as a business, right? You don't have to be fully operational, have a office space. You could be doing it at your home if you have to, meeting at the library, meeting at Starbucks. It doesn't matter how you do it. You just wanna make sure that you're putting yourself out there and you are telling yourself that you can do this. If you hold yourself accountable, the likelihood of you failing is very slim because you're not gonna want to let yourself down. It makes perfect sense. I know. That came from here too. Okay, you're welcome. So that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below and let us know, what business are you interested in starting? Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to visit our website if you would like more support in starting your own business and becoming a full-time entrepreneur. This is Dr. G, helping you strive for excellence and reach for success. Fix my glasses, make sure my frames are straight, you know. Do y'all like this shirt? It matches my shoes. I'm just saying. It's just water, don't worry.